Okay, welcome back to a game that somehow manages to combine a happy rainbow aesthetic with the terrifying fear of the unknown. This is Scanner Sombre, and I think I'm in the prison, right? According to my map, we're in the prison area. Very exciting, very exciting. I know there's 6 different prisons, and I'm sure my dog is under my computer desk and he just pulled my microphone backwards across my desk by sitting on the cable. Um, so next time he moves, expect there to be loud thumping noises as he launches the fucking thing across the room. But that's just the way it is on the average Joe channel, unfortunately. Sometimes, sometimes the dogs make obnoxious noises. So this is a prison cell that I'm in now. There is a bench, there is a stool. That's all you need, really, isn't it? A bench and a stool. As long as there's plenty of places to sit, you'll be fine. There's no bed, there's no toilet, but you know, those things are overrated. As long as you got your bench and your stool, you'll be just fine. This is pretty creepy though. Like, these look fairly modern, right? Like, a lot of this shit is supposed to have been. It said 1,000 years ago, so I suppose like wooden benches and stools would have existed in like that era, 1000 AD or whatever. So it's not like ancient civilization. I think I was completely way off the mark when I was thinking it was like a Mayan or an Aztec thing before. I think it's more like a secret medieval cult sort of deal. I think that's sort of more what we're looking at here. I assume if I touch these, they're going to make like a jingle jangle noise. Or they're just going to block my progress completely. Fair enough. I thought there'd be like wind chimes or something. Like a sort of trap thing set up to indicate, you know, that someone has come in. But you got another cell over here, another stool, another bench. There's actually a back entrance to this one though. Which is probably a good thing because it looks as if the path has caved in. Or slip on through there then. This is presumably directly into another cell, is it? I don't know, kind of hard to tell, honestly. I don't know what this is. Is this a guillotine? Is this a guillotine? No, it's just part of a fence. It looked like a guillotine for a second. I'm just wanting things to be darker than they actually are. In reality, there's no darkness to be had, just a lot of bench-stool combos. Nothing but bench stool combos. Oh, is this a double bench? Is this a double bench extravaganza? Is there a stool? There is a stool. And a bench. And over here, I believe, another stool. And another stool. Holy shit. Oh. Wait, is this where I came with? Yeah, this is where I came through. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I understand. It's crazy that they went out of their, I mean, presumably they didn't bother texturing them, but they went out of their way to model all this shit and then made it so you literally can't see it most of the time. That's dedication to game development right there. Hey, we're making a game that's just completely pitch black, but we want you to fill it with environment props. Want to get on that? I don't like the creaky noises as I walked up here. Seems safe though. Seems like nothing could possibly go wrong. Is that fair to say? Nothing could possibly go wrong here in the cells. Bench, stool, sideways stool. Something keeps... like, it sounds like a door opening or something, like a big creaky noise. Hinges. Hinges is the word I was looking for there. Sounds like hinges. Stool. Stool. Bench. Stool. Hope you're keeping track of how many stools and benches there are. It's going to be a quiz at the end. Stool. 2 stools. I'm thoroughly lost, by the way. Weaving in and out of prison cells. This looks like it might be the exit, though. Looks like we're back into the old cave system. Oh. And a bad time is being had. Oh, we're back above the altar. Okay, but what's causing the disruption, the feedback? Something sure as fuck is. Not a lad up here. Is there a dude down there now? We fill in a bit more of there. There's not a. Like, I feel like every time this goes off, it's because there's someone here. There's a ghost creature watching me. But I see no indication of this. Right now, at least. Kind of wary of walking down here. I feel like something's gonna happen. This has big something's gonna happen vibes all over it. The noise has stopped though, so I don't know. Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. Maybe I was getting all worked up over nothing. Too much suspense. That's the problem with this game. Is this gonna take me to the... Yeah, the Cultist Monastery is in this direction. Okay. I don't know what the difference between the Cultist Temple and the Cultist Monastery is necessarily. I'm assuming the temple is more like a sacrificial altar sort of deal, and the monastery is going to be more of like a church. That's what I'm estimating. Going to be like pews and a pulpit and, you know, all that sort of shiznit. We'll find out though, won't we? All will become clear. What is this? Just a rock? Just a rock, I think. It looked kind of scary though. Everything's kind of scary in this game, honestly. Existence is kind of scary in this game. The cultists slept and ate here. Oh, so the monastery's more like a dormitory. I guess that makes sense. That's kind of what monasteries are, aren't they? Like religious places. Like the monks who came after, they spent their time in silent prayer to an unanswering God. At least they have beds in here. The prison cells definitely did not. Doesn't want me to go that way. Ooh, a chest. There'll be a +1 broadsword in there for me. Seems unlikely. It's very damp in here by the sounds of it. Very damp. We're living in a damp cave. Yeah, to be fair, it probably wasn't a damp cave at the time. It's probably become a damp cave since. But you know, they're these monk types, they're happy to live in extreme negligence, aren't they? That's sort of their thing. They don't need material goods and similar sort of pleasures. They just need existence, the bare necessities, and unwavering faith to their god. We've got a tilty table. I'm aware the buzzing noise is happening again, but to be fair, the last sort of 3 or 4 times now that that's gone off, it's meant absolutely nothing. So I'm not going to worry too much. I know what this is. What is this? Is this like a dining table? Got a stool on it, it's got a little treasure chest on it. Hearing what really sounded like breathing noises there. Another one of these big trees. I don't know if these are tree roots. They must be, right? These must be tree roots. I'm just misinterpreting them as like actual trees because, as I say, we're deep underground. There's no way there could possibly be a full-on ass tree thriving down here in the pitch black. Where'd we go? This way? It would seem not. Oh, up. Up makes sense. Yeah, up feels right. Eventually we'll reach the surface and everything will be fine, and there'll be no more scaries. Are we like above somewhere I've been before right now? It's like down there where the drop was, where they push people off near the altar. I can't actually tell. Okay, let's just go this way. Keep trekking on. You know what? Not used this in a while. Might as well take the shortcut while we've got it. Okay. I assume that's just a bed, isn't it? I'm kind of stuck on the terrain. There we go. Has happened a couple of times in this game so far. Quite good at getting me stuck on the terrain. A lot of beds. A very bed-heavy area. I guess beds are creepy. Right? A bed's creepy. You see a lot of beds in most horror games, usually because they're set in like abandoned mental asylums and hospitals and stuff, you know. I guess they're similarly scary in a game about a monastery. Like, you never know who could still be in that bed, just waiting to leap out at you, or potentially just get a good night's sleep, which is, as a human adult, is the truest, most terrifying fantasy. That maybe one day, just one day, you might achieve the true state of nirvana, known as a solid 8 hours. Keep on keeping on. We'll find something soon. I'm sure of it. I feel it in my timbers. They're shivering. My timbers, they're shivering. Okay. Big stalactite room. Hang on, let's give it one of these. There's a lot of water dripping down from above. I don't know if that's some sort of underground lake. Kinda looks like one, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't actually track that, which means it's presumably water. Interesting. Very interesting. Which presumably means there's either a lake or a river or something above here, and the water's all seeping through the ceiling, forming the stalactites. I'm going to call them stalactites because I don't know which ones they are. Tites and or mites. Which in turn is creating this underground lake. It's very cool. I know I'm meant to go across that bridge above here, but I'm kind of just intrigued. Like, does the water kill me? Can I touch it? The game doesn't like it when I do this, so I'm gonna back out. Oh no, I think the game is just not liking it in general. Right? Is it? I can't tell. No, I think it just didn't like me being in the water. I think that's all it was. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think it probably would have killed me or done something if I'd stayed in there for too long, and I don't particularly want to restart, so let's just do as we're told. Let's behave. Play the game in the appropriate manner. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. I don't know what this like rock outcropping that divides the lake in half is all about. Can we just do another one of these real quick? Fill in some more deets. This area would be very cool if I could see it. I mean, it's pretty cool as it is, honestly. I do like the way the water doesn't keep the imprint of the scanner, so it's just like this eerie, like, black void around you all the time. It's very, very neat. Just another little twist in the game mechanics, I suppose. I guess we'll go in here then. Really expected something to happen in that cave, honestly. I guess it was just like a notable... This is more water, isn't it? It's a notable landmass in and of itself. A notable area. It didn't really need anything to detract from that. I think we're going to have to go in the water here though, right? I think. Maybe. There does seem to be another side. Can I, what was the button? Was it E? Switch to... Can't tell if that's a wall or a... No, that... Yeah, that is where we want to go, isn't it? There's a hole in it. Okay. Alright. Let's go swimming. I don't know if this is just... like the scanner malfunctioning from being in the water. I don't know why water makes me go all quirky. I don't know why I have quirky water. I've only just worked out how this controls. I thought you just tapped it to change mode, but you hold E to spread, and hold Q to shrink, to target, you know? Kind of like the sort of, yeah, that sort of value I had before. Somewhere in the middle. Oh, that was ominous. I don't like how there was just a distant boom, and now everything somehow seems even more silent than it was before. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't seem even more silent. Okay, is that land over there? That is land over there, isn't it? This bit in the middle is a big old damp puddle. But is there anything else? Presumably there's a direction. This is all water. I don't know. I don't know if I do die from staying in the water too long, or if I just, you know, have to put up with the glitches and the noise while I'm in there. But either way, it's like a Pavlovian response. I've been well and truly trained not to want to go in there. There is general unpleasantness. It's cool how the water does reflect, like, what I've painted in as well. Which I guess it would, right? I assume. I don't know, because we've got this like VR headset thing on, right? Canonically, which is what is allowing us to see the sparkles that we paint. Like it isn't actually painting things like this. It's like some sort of like depth perception system or whatever. Canonically creating this vision. And of course water is reflective, but I don't know how water reflections and the VR headset thing would interplay with each other, whether I would be able to see reflections on the water or not. The witch trials came much later. Okay, there were witch trials as well. It wasn't just a cult, there was this as well. Brilliant. This place has just got so much history, huh? They used to drag witches down here and purge them in huge numbers. Evil throughout the ages. Okay, so there was just a cave full of bad shit. There's no doubt they believed in the myths. It was no accident they chose this cave. They wanted to imprison the evil down here as eternal punishment. Uh-huh. So yeah, throughout the ages, people have brought people here to sacrifice. That's charming and welcoming, and I'm very glad I'm down here, in the dark, all alone. With naught but VR rendered particles to keep me company. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Something just fucking screamed at me and I don't like it. There's no way that was just a cave sound. There's a beastie down here. There's a beastie down here and I can't see it because the game doesn't like me to see things. I have to spray it to see it. And, you know, when it comes to things that actually move, that is where the true horror begins, huh? Fuck. It gets mad when I go in the water. Is this going to be a thing where if I stay in the water too, like it can't get me on land, but if I stay in the water it's going to fuck me up? Like that one bit in Amnesia? Sort of feels that way, huh? Gotta go though. Gotta go fast. Can't spray while I'm wet either. Take a second to drip dry before I can fill in my surroundings. Yeah, I think if it hadn't been bad enough up to this point, if this was me, this would be my definite turn around and get the fuck out moment, you know? As soon as I hear something screeching at me like that, it's maybe about time I just go back to my loving wife and kids back on the surface. This clearly wasn't worth the pursuit of knowledge. I did wonder if it was true, of course. No way these were just glitches. That much death occurring in such a confined space. What horrors must they have seen in their final moments? What horrors am I seeing in my current moments? That's the real question, isn't it? Who cares about historical people? I care about me. And the drama which is afoot. What is... Is that just an area I somehow managed to spray from fucking miles away? I don't think it is it? That is something over there. There is something in the distance. Oh, it'll be a pickup thing, won't it? An upgrade. Shall we just, I know I've painted most of this already, but I want to get a clear shot of where I need to go next before I start swimming. I might be able to jump onto that, but I don't know if there's anywhere a bit less horribly dangerous looking. Like maybe this way. Maybe this way. This way feels better, doesn't it? I should really be using this more. Very helpful. This is leading down into the water, right? Oh, we can jump across to there. Let me just broaden my my shotgun blast here. Yeah, we can get across to there and then over to that side quite easily, I think. Might not even need to touch the water if I'm really lucky. Can I maybe just like drop down from over here? That's all land, isn't it? Yeah. No water required. Big fan. Big fan of not touching the water right now. Aside from anything, you know, down in a cold, dark cave miles from the sun, you get hypothermia down here, you know. Gotta look after your health, haven't you? It's always the most important thing. Never mind the big scary monster. It's all about making sure you, you know, take precautions against against the climate. And then you can worry about the big scary monster. I mean, he won't have a chance to kill me if I sneeze myself to death, will he? Where am I going? I wanted to go towards the shiny thing, but I feel like I'm going in the complete opposite direction right now. Oh, that is land down there. That is land down there. Actually, it's pronounced island, Joe. I don't know if there was like, I could have platformed across to that pickup thing. That's entirely optional, or if I'm going to loop around to it going this way. This game has been hyper linear so far, so... Oh yeah, we're looping around to it. I was going to say, I'd be very surprised if there was stuff you could just straight up miss. Like maybe tidbits and stuff, like... I'm certain there's been a bunch of times where there's been one of those men, spooky man ghosts, stood there watching me in the distance. And I've just not, you know, picked up on it. Sure, stuff like that I can miss, but not like actual Metroidvania power-ups, you know? See, this way looks like it leads me towards the item, but there's also this way. Let's head towards the item first. I'm a sucker for a glowy pickup. A distant glowy pickup. Okay. Well, this was wrong, wasn't it? But we never would have known unless we came this direction first, so... It paid off. Thanks for the big oppressive ambient score that's blasting me in the ears right now. That doesn't make me any more anxious and on my on the edge of my seat than I need to be, or anything. I don't feel like I'm being harassed by this soundtrack. Definitely a soundtrack that does its job, though. I take something like this, just like ominous drones and stuff in a horror game, over some big bombastic, like, orchestral score any day. Get so bored of a video game music all sounding the fucking same, you know, so it's nice to hear something like this. Did I go the wrong way again? See a bridge over troubled water over there. Can we just get a real good look at all this? Yeah, okay. So I think we wanted to go further along this piece of land and then up and over that archway. I've lost sight of the pickup again. Wait, oh, there it is. It's that way. It doesn't. I don't feel like I'm getting any fucking closer. Oh, maybe this way does lead to it though. Actually, I don't think it does. I really don't think it does. I think it's going to dead end right here. I mean, that gap... I don't know how dangerous the water is here, is the thing. Like, I've swum that distance with the thing screeching at me. But I don't know if it's worse here. I feel like I'm probably better going over that way, right? Not risking it. Because there is definitely death in the water. This is a proper Jaws moment, you know? The perfect engine. The eating machine. Is this? Yeah, this is all safe, isn't it? I'm getting there. I'm making headway. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just for a second though, I thought there was a gap in this. I was about to fucking plummet. All seems good though. Let's just I need to take advantage of the fact that I can like rotate while that's happening more. I tend to just point it in one direction and leave it to it. If I sort of spin on the spot, I can get a pretty good impression of everything around me. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Sensor upgrade. Scanner resolution has been increased. Wait, is this... Yeah, this is definitely painting things faster now, isn't it? Neat. I mean, I was expecting an entire whole ass new power-up, a new ability. But I'll take this. It certainly makes it easier to... a lot quicker, a lot less arduous to get an idea of what I'm looking at. Also feels like if there is a point coming where I'm going to have to scan an enemy to see where they are, keep an eye on things by constantly scanning my enemies. Being able to fill them in quicker is definitely going to be helpful. Where do we go? That way? I think maybe that way. I feel like that bridge is just going to take me back to somewhere I've already been. Or just links up in a big circle, doesn't it? Yeah. This way feels like more of a progress. There is progression in this direction. Ah, there's the platforming. I knew it was coming. I could see this a fucking mile away. Even when I couldn't actually, you know, see it. A sense for where the edge of the ledge is quite difficult when everything's transparent, but... Alright. Looks pretty cut and dry. And hopefully I stay dry. Maybe not cut. Don't particularly want to be cut, but dry sounds good. Dry sounds pretty great right now. Okay, we're out of the woods. Had to fucking say that, didn't I? Had to say that. There's just like any doubts of any supernatural or at the very least hostile entity being in this place are just completely out the window as soon as you start hearing the screams, right? Up until now, yeah, the machine picking up echoes of the past or something, fair enough, it's all technology based, but unless the machine is picking up screams of the past, then there is something actively out here wanting to make my happy little life miserable. Well, this was unexpected. Did not expect a boat. Don't particularly want to go in a boat on the water when there's definitely something that gets mad at me when I go in the water. That feels like a bad idea, but for want of anything better to do, for want of any other directions to explore, let's fucking go. I am in control of the boat then. I kind of assumed this would be like a rail shooter segment. If you want to call it that. But no, I am steering this thing. I feel too big for it. I feel like a giant in this boat. I assume it's because it's a VR game. And I am assuming it's a VR game. I don't actually know that for sure, but it certainly gives off the vibes of one. And VR games tend to have a problem with scale just because players can be vastly different heights. So, depending on how tall they are, it affects your size in the game, and also whether you're playing standing up or sitting down, for that matter, you know? Let's just be in here. This soundtrack was unexpected. The ceiling must be wet. I can't scan it. Like, actually soaking wet. These pinpricks must be light from the surface? Or possibly some sort of glowing algae. Kinda hard to tell, honestly. Very pretty. Very pretty. But leaves me in the dark more than I'd like to be. As I keep scanning everything in front of me like this, I'll definitely be able to clock if something nasty pops out of the water in front of me. I mean, something could equally pop out of the water behind me, but you know, a game like this, they're not going to want to make me any less likely to, or any more likely, I should say, to miss the set piece if there's something cool happening. Is that metagaming? Probably. Do I care? No. The music stopped. And you know what tends to come after the music stops in a game, right? A horror game particularly. Extended period of silence, and then a jump scare. Oh no, music's back. Well, shows what I know. Shows what I know about horror game design, isn't it? No jump scare for Joe. And I'm honestly pretty fucking happy about that. I'm honestly just enjoying taking in the sights here. This is kind of, you know, for a game where you can't actually see shit all, it is surprisingly gorgeous, isn't it? It is an aesthetic. It is a vibe, as the kids would say, this whole game. Check this shit out, man. This like straight up like guitar piece is kind of out of left field. Don't get me wrong, it's encapsulating the aforementioned vibe very nicely, but up until now it's been very much, as I say, ominous drones and ambience. So to have like actual like tangible music come out of nowhere, quite unexpected. Okay, it does sound like it stopped now. Something scary is going to happen now, right? This is where the scary kicks in. I can feel it. There's those creaking noises. Come on, hit me with it. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm braced. What's going to be out in this room? Big scan. It's just a big ass empty room, huh? Is this the end of the line? Is this the end of the line for my little pleasure cruise? No more fun boat ride for Joe? Alright. Head for the exit then. Don't know how to get out of the boat. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we hit land. I just jumped into it and it started the boat segment. Oh, I can just jump out of it. I don't know if I could have done that at any point. Just pressed the jump button and left. Not really something I considered. Let's have a look at the map now. See where we've come to. Oh, look at all that. God, we've gone quite a ways. Quite a ways from where we began. There's more up ahead though. Industrial accident. Well, that sounds fun. That's something to look forward to. I keep pressing escape to close my map and I don't know why. I don't know why. I think escape usually does close the map in most games, and I guess that's just what I default to. But also generally pressing the map button a second time also closes the map. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I see you there with your big, what is that, an axe? Pickaxe? Pickaxe. It's like a miner's revolution or something? Is that what went on here? It didn't look like he was mining anything. He was in the middle of the room with his pickaxe overhead, running towards someone. What are we going to get? The material scanner. Tab to switch sensor mode. What does this mean? So many have died down here. This is just to help us identify objects from the surrounding area. The miners that came for work, they were just as superstitious. They were terrified of this place. And why did they come to work here? This needs must and all that. All those lost their lives to negligence. Are they trapped down here too? There was a mining disaster then. Yeah, this mode isn't as pretty. It doesn't have the fun rainbows. But it is nice to help differentiate different objects from one another. This is all wood, presumably, and then up there we've got... I don't know what those are, actually. Like the white's metal and the brown's wood, so it's like some sort of... I assume it was just a bridge, was it? What is... Oh... Those were bodies falling. Those were bodies falling from above. Is that what the disaster was? The aforementioned industrial disaster. Sure, we can get up here. A little bit of biddie hopping. There we go. Don't know if we were meant to be able to get up here, but... Oh, hello. I'd like to set those lads off. Yeah, being up here doesn't actually seem to help much. God, look at that though. They're just plummeting. Which presumably means it won't end well for me if I were to plummet from here either. I'd quite like to be up there though. I want to set those things off. Get the entire area painted, but I guess maybe we have to go down to get up. We are really just like discovering this place through the ages then, huh? Ancient sacrifices, and then witch trials, and then a mining disaster. Which is obviously a lot closer to modern day at this point. I mean, that's going to be what, 1800s, maybe early 1900s? They had like metal mining carts and things. I mean, it could be as recent as like what? I mean, I don't know. Fuck. Okay. I don't know what country this is set in, or like how long manual mining was still a thing in most countries. But I mean, here in the UK, all the mines were closed in the 80s, the 1980s. So I mean, realistically, it could be as recent as that. Can I like walk along? I don't know if this is what I'm meant to do, but there's definitely stuff on the other side. Yeah, this feels like progress. I expect to have to run along a little thin beam, but sometimes that's just what you gotta do. Had a rock fall down here. Don't know where from, mind you, because it doesn't look like it came from... Maybe it did come from above, I don't know. This feels very dangerous, climbing up all this scaffolding. It's like literally leaning to one side. This guy has absolutely no, like, he doesn't value his life particularly. No sense of self-preservation. He's just out here wanting to explore the cave with his fun colour painter. The tab to change. This is what it looks like normally. Honestly, I can still get a pretty good vibe of what I'm looking at here. And I just think it's a better aesthetic, honestly. I think it just looks nicer. Don't you think? And just these boring mono colours. I think the rainbow's just more pleasant. So thanks for the upgrade, but I think I'm gonna pass on it. I would quite like to, if we find another stationary man staring at me, I'd quite like to paint him in. But we've only seen flickers of people recently. We've not seen any like permanent visitation. Perfectly safe. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about here. Fucking finally, we made it to these things. Go, go. Fill the world in. Show me what you've got. Show me what there is to be seen. Oh, that looks hellish, doesn't it? I feel like we got to go that way as well. I don't know though, that gap in the middle does not look jumpable. Is there something else I'm missing here? And just sort of keep going upwards. Yes, more colours. More colours. Show me the world. Does it matter that all of this is in my memory? What? Does it make it any less real? Your memory? I was there. I was the first. Okay, we've had a plot twist. I don't know what it means yet, but we've had a plot twist. Is this cave like a recreation of his memories? Are we not actually there right now? Is this like a VR experience of what he recalls when exploring this cave? Ooh. That puts things into a slightly different perspective. That explains the glitches and shit as well, right? Like it's his memories or his knowledge of what he knows went down in this place, like crossing over with his actual memories of his discoveries when he was here. Because the world is built from his brain. So when he was here, he saw this, that he envisioned the falling bodies. The collapse that he knew happened. The bodies were tangible. I would have made that jump if I hadn't bounced off one of the fuckers. Well, that's a damn shame. If I just... Ooh. Where do we come back to? Where are we? Back at the start of here. Okay, I think we'll pick up from here. I don't know why it's pink. Oh, it's unpainting things, isn't it? Because it's reloading it. Yeah, I think we'll pick up from here next time. I think this is a good stopping point. I'll see you for more of this, and goodbye.